Welcome to the 2019 CAWWI Awards. If you have been living under a rock and do not know what CAWWI stands for, it is Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. And in case you don't know, my name is Ivy Singh. I'm known as the Gentle Warrior. And this is the third CAWWI Awards. 2019 has been an eventful year. And today we celebrate the best things that happen in our country and condemn the worst. The categories, individual and group.
Individual category.
For the individual category, we will start on a positive note and give out the San Bernard Award. And this is given to people who are the true angels in our society. They do good for our society.
The nominees are Adrian Ang, the founder of Stuffed, who has a golden heart for launching the Free Food for Kids campaign. The initiative provides one free meal a day to children in need and has fed more than 140 children under the age of 14. Gillian T, co-founder and chief executive of Homage, a startup that connects professional caregivers and healthcare professionals with seniors who need help to make a positive social impact on Singapore's aging landscape using smart technology through an app. Angie Chew, founder of Brahm Centre, a charity foundation that helps Singaporeans to get free health education as well as emotional and mental support. The centre teaches mindfulness skills to help people cope better with stress and is a stronghold in the support of suicide and depression cases in Singapore.
And the winner is Adrian Ang. Adrian, you have won yourself the San Bernard Award for the good that you have done in feeding those poor kids. Thank you for keeping their bellies and their heart warm. Next, we have the German Shepherd Award, and this is given to people who have the courage to want to bring down evil.
The nominees are Monica Baey, the NUS student who was filmed while taking a late-night shower in her hostel. Her bravery in voicing out on the topic has led to the arrest and punishment of the culprit and provided many other victims with the strength to speak out for themselves. Muhammad Rial Alfian, the food delivery rider who rescued an elderly man from being trapped in a truck that was flipped on the side of the road. His heroic efforts was caught on a camera and Rial became an internet sensation. Chalmers Chin, the man who had prevented a serious accident by using his own car to stop a taxi driven by an unconscious cabbie. Although the cabbie was later pronounced dead in the hospital, Chalmers' swift response saved the lives of passengers who were trapped in the car.
And the German Shepherd Award winner goes to Monica Baey. Monica, you are the brave young lady who spoke out against that pervert and will warn all the other perverts. Perhaps we should change the laws of the country to cut these bastards' balls off too. Monica, you have inspired many young women to take action whenever they are threatened. Well done. Next, the Skunk Award. This is given to the scum in our country.
These are the nominees. Nicholas Lim, the NUS student who was responsible for taking a video of Monica Baey showering in Yusof Hall. The victim then brought the situation online when the punishment given to Nicholas was not harsh enough. Shame on you, Nicholas. The primary school vice principal who sexually abused an underage male student for 3 years in 2005. The abuse continued even after primary school when the VP became a guardian and moved into his home. The victim eventually reported the crime 12 years later and a pedophile was finally caught. Ramesh Ermali, another internet sensation famous for shouting and swearing at a security guard, Mr. Heng. The viral video sparked outrage among netizens. Despite being hurled at with vulgarities, Mr. Heng remained calm. Kudos to you, Mr. Heng, but not to you, Mr. Ermali.
The Stinky Skunk Award goes to the primary school vice principal, whose name we do not have, who abused this young boy for 3 years. Shame on you for doing what you did, especially when you were in a position of power, I will encourage our Minister of Law to include a punishment of cutting off your balls for abusing young boys. We will continue with this new award called the Black Widow Award. This is created specially for those souls who will rot in hell. And the nominees are...
The nominees are Azlin Arujuna and Ridwan Mega Abdul Rahman, the evil married couple who confined their own son in a cat cage and repeatedly splashed hot water on him until he became unconscious. The boy was only brought to KK Hospital 6 hours later, where he died from his injuries. Hell has a special place for people like this. Gabriel Lien, the man who murdered his 56-year-old mother and 90-year-old grandmother in their HDB at Commonwealth. He said he had no control over his actions and didn't intend for those things to happen. Too bad, Gabriel. There's no use crying over spilt milk because you are now a cold-blooded murderer. The couple who murdered their 2-year-old daughter and left her remains in a pot in 2014. The remains of the child was only found 5 years later at Chinsui Road when the neighbours complained of a strong, rotting smell along the corridor of the unit. Rest in peace, little girl. May your parents get the retribution they deserve.
And those horrible winners of the Black Widow Award are Aslin and Ridwan. Hell has a special place for people like you. You will burn there forever. I hope I never read such disgusting news in my life again.
Group category.
We now move to the Group Category Award. And the first one is the Howler Monkey Award. This is given to groups who make a lot of noise.
Here are the nominees.
From the AHTC saga to the implementation of POFMA, some PAP ministers have made big noise, even for the smallest of issues.
The renewed national anthem that is supposedly of a higher quality with an adjusted tempo and using younger voices. More than 300 people were involved in this. So much hype! Majulah Singapura. The uncles and aunties complaining over sold-out Huawei phones. Huawei launched a promotion for their Huawei Y6 Pro 2019 phones at $54 to commemorate the nation's birthday. This caused a ruckus and displayed one of the nation's proudest values, which is being kiasu.
The winner of the Howler Monkey Award are those PAP ministers who make a big noise about everything. You can make some big noises about some big things, but don't have to make a big noise about everything. All I can say is PAP ministers, not everything that the opposition does need a big noise in response. And now for the B Award. This goes to the group of people whom I admire very much.
The nominees are SAF for the disposal of a World War II aerial bomb found in a construction site along Chiak Kim Street. This was the same area where the old Zouk was. Thank God it didn't explode when I was clubbing there. SCDF for putting out all the fires and handling all emergency cases throughout the year. Move aside, Avengers. These are the true heroes of Singapore. The youth leading Singapore's first climate rally. More than 1,700 people showed up to support the cause that called for systematic change from the government and corporations. Kudos to our youth for this initiative to protect our beloved planet.
I'm happy to say that the B Award goes to the SCDF. You know, you boys are the first to respond to any problem, and I take my hat off to you. Well done, SCDF. Next, the Turkey Award. This goes to those stupid idiots in our country.
Gobble gobble! These are the nominees. LTA for the sudden ban of PMDs on footpaths. This left many food delivery riders helpless and created a lot of unhappiness as there were no immediate solutions for them. Who's gonna pay for their PMD installment now? The NTU Cuckoo Bird Cheer. During an NTU orientation camp, a group of students were filmed doing the Cuckoo Bird Cheer. This video went viral and is a good representation of what happens when you study too hard. You become cuckoo. Netflix, for putting up an unscripted reality show called Singapore Social. This was supposed to be a drama show of young Singaporeans going through career, romance and family. But unfortunately, this show fell flat and became a mockery among Singaporeans. You have to see it to believe it.
I'm sure you will agree that the LTA deserves the Turkey Award. These are the stupid people who do knee-jerk reaction to, for example, the PMD riders without understanding that people need to use their PMDs to make a living. LTA, we need connectivity in life. Well thought out paths for bicycles and PMDs in advance, especially in a small country like ours. Next, we have the Black Mamba Award. This is given to groups who have created real devastation and evil to our planet and people.
These are the nominees. The Amazon rainforest fires. Evil humans involved in logging and cattle ranching were responsible for this. How could they do this to Earth's lungs? No thanks to them, a lot of wildlife died. The haze from the massive forest fires in Indonesia. The haze haunted the skies of Singapore and the lungs of the people, with PSIs soaring to unhealthy levels. Indonesia, please do something about this. The Rohingya crisis that saw more than 730,000 people fleeing from Myanmar's northwest Rakhine state to Bangladesh after a military crackdown. Close to 7,000 people, including 730 children, were shot or burned to death in their homes in this sadistic event. This was truly one of the darkest moments in the history of humanity.
And the winner of the Black Mamba Award goes to that evil person who allowed the Amazon forest fires. He deserves to die. The last but most important award, the Lion Award, is given to a group in Singapore for having made international fame.
And the nominees are NEA for its outstanding engineering feat in developing Semakau landfill. NEA won the prestigious Hasib J. Sabak Award for Engineering Construction Excellence in 2019 by the World Federation of Engineering Organizations. Congratulations! Jewel Changi Airport for receiving the Special Jury Award at this year's MAPIC Awards, which recognizes excellence, innovation, and creativity in the global retail real estate industry. Since its opening, Jewel has attracted more than 50 million visitors from around the world. Jewel is indeed a jewel for Singapore. Team Singapore for an outstanding display at this year's SEA Games. Team Singapore bagged a total of 168 medals, which includes 53 gold medals. Well done, Team Singapore.
The winner of the Lion Award is NEA for the development of the Semakau landfill. They won an international award for engineering construction excellence. Well done, NEA. 3 cheers.
Ivy's Wishlist.
The year has come almost to an end, and there are certain wish lists of mine which I would like to share with you. Number 1, pay decent wage for good work. When people do not earn enough money to support their loved ones, they suffer from stress, low esteem, hopelessness, and desperation. Number 2, world population explosion. The world is getting very, very crowded, but in Singapore, we need almost 10 million people to support our country. So I urge all of you not to get carried away and worry because more people are coming to live in our country. We have plenty of land. We don't need 20% of the land to be set aside for military. We should make our neighbors love us, not wanting to kill us, and vice versa. Number 3, pollution. All of us on this red dot must seriously take pollution of the air, the sea, the land, etc. And we must really do recycling and making sure that we don't pollute the country that we live in and the bigger planet for all of us. Number 4, people. I hope the young will treasure their life. I hope the old will live to the end of their life with dignity. I hope the young will respect the old and the old will listen to the dreams and the vision of the young, because their life is ahead of them and they know what they want for their lives. We mustn't impose our standards onto them. I hope our leaders and our planners will make sure the crunchy countryside is kept as a breathing area for people and for people to get close to nature and earth. Lastly, our political leaders and our business leaders, please think of people and be kind to them. Do not just think of yourselves. Kindness is all we need to make Singapore into a true paradise. Thank you for watching Coffee and Whiskey throughout this whole season. I hope you have a great year ahead. You know, Singapore has been very lucky because we've had a safe and good year. I'm sure you will agree with me that we all love our country and we will all pray that 2020 will be another beautiful year for all of us. And for those of you who do have a problem, you will find a solution. Just pray and look for somebody who will listen to your prayer.